edition of TSR Live. Big thanks goes out to Ozzy Cortez, who is today's time bandit, time police. Yes, I am here every once in a while. I am a few minutes late. But we are here. I was having some trouble with Blog Talk Radio, but it appears that I can still take phone calls. So give me a call, guys, 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. If you have questions about body language mastery, if you have questions about the course, if there's a situation where you're not able to read body language, feel free to give us a call and give us and give us your feedback on this stuff. Rule of Two says, what a waste of time. Coach Greg Adams, probably, pardon me, would never have his followers waiting like this. Well, a rule of two.
Oh my God, what a loser.
Okay. And listen, Coach Greg Adams, I love Coach Greg Adams. We're going to be doing hopefully we're going to be doing a collaboration here pretty soon. But rule of two, you can go fuck yourself. Fuck off with that. Anybody, if there's anybody else who wants to be a time Nazi, listen, man, like I start the show whenever the fuck I want. So you wasted your time. Guess what? Now I'm going to waste yours. So get the fuck out. Anyway, so now that this is demonetized, let me go ahead and introduce today's guest. Today's guest is none other than the founder of modernlifedating.com. I, of course, am talking about Jonathan of modernlifedating.com. You guys can follow him on Twitter at modernlifejohn. And I think on Instagram, are you at modernlifejohn as well?
Modern Life Dating on Instagram, because I haven't gotten banned yet.
Okay. you haven't gotten banned yet. Jonathan is an expert at body language. He released his quarter one of Body Language Mastery was earlier. I think it was January or February. I can't remember exactly. But he has sold thousands of these body language courses. And of course, the reason why he has sold these body language courses is because they work, and they work well. His guys are getting results. They're reading women like books. They're getting sex from women. They're getting commitment from women. It's absolutely unbelievable. Guys are blowing this thing out. So here we are on Lil Wayne's birthday here on September 27th at the start of quarter three. Now, starting today, you can get MLD's Body Language Mastery course, but that ends, I think, on Sunday, correct?
It actually ends on October 1st at 11:59 p.m. I'm still thinking whether or not to be Eastern Standard Time or Pacific. As of right now, the course has officially been online since 10:30 a.m. and I've already have over 45 enrollments.
Wow, look at that.
This is moving bigger and faster than any other course, and for quality control purposes, I'm thinking that I'm gonna pull the plug at 200. So here's the reality, Don. I don't have time for people who want to sit on the fence and be wishy-washy. I want guys that are ready to commit, because this is not only a course. What you get is also 3 weeks of intensive 4-hour-a-day webinars with me and all of the big names from the manosphere. Donovan, yourself will be joining us in the webinars. It's just there's so much value packed into this course. It's not just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, here's a course, thanks for your money, nothing like that. I oversee the entire enlightenment process for you guys that want to get in. So this is hands-on. So you have to commit, but if you're willing to commit, I guarantee results.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me ask you the first and most obvious question here. And this might be Red Pill 101 for most guys, but I think it's worth at least going over for the guys who are unfamiliar with your work, and the importance of body language. Give us the Reader's Digest version. Why is reading a woman's body language so important for the purposes of seduction?
Because everybody knows that women lie, and they lie in great abundance. But what they don't know how to deceive you with is their body language, which is genetically embedded into every single woman across the globe. You know, I'm a global gallivanter. This year alone, I've been in Japan. I fucked off to Korea. I went to Vietnam. I went to United States as well. Body language is universally spoken by every human on the planet. And once you take this red pill, the body language red pill, you will never unsee this stuff. It truly gives you the advantage of a lifetime in the bedroom, in the boardroom, in the courtroom, on the sales floor. You will have a leg up on every single interaction you have from this moment forward.
I'll actually add to this, Jonathan, and I think I can speak for you when I say this. Being able to correctly read a woman's body language, that is the difference between success and failure. You can have all the game you want to. You can be able to recite all the lines. You can overcome shit tests. You can do all of these things. But if you're unable to read a woman's body language, you might miss out on the potential lay. And the reason for that is because what we have to understand is that women do give nonverbal cues almost all the time. MLD just said it. It's involuntary. It's something they cannot control. If a woman is aroused by a man, she can't control it. No matter how much she tries to hide it, no matter how much she tries to hide it with her words, "Oh, you're not that hot," and then she brushes her hair behind her ear to expose her neck, which is obviously a telltale sign of arousal. If you're not able to read these signs of body language, if you're not able to tell what she's thinking literally just by going by what she says, you can miss a lot of the nonverbal cues that tell her to come hither, escalate with me, touch me, kiss me, etc., etc. Why is it, John, that, and we're actually going to be showing a module here pretty soon, and it's a really good, we're going to show you guys 3 modules here. Why is it that men are unable to read a woman's body language? Because men, we're smart people. It's not like we don't understand what's really going on. But why are men so clueless about a woman's body language?
Well, mate, in the United States, there is the beta male economy. And since we are little boys in the United States, we are indoctrinated with lies. And we're indoctrinated to think that don't believe what everybody else is telling you. Just believe what we are telling you. Believe what we say. Okay? Don't think for yourself. Don't look into things. And part of that indoctrination, you and I both grew up in the church. It happens in the school. It happens in the military. It happens in the media. And it happens in the government. And everybody's saying women are these perfect angels. Hashtag me too. Hashtag believe all women. And we're just constantly brainwashed, even through Netflix. I can't even watch anything on Netflix without seeing the blatant propaganda. And it's sickening. It's really sickening. And like I said, this course is not for everybody. If you enjoy that kind of purple pill lifestyle where you're kind of still enjoying the delusions of the blue pill life, this is not for you. But if you're a guy that wants absolute unfounded truth, this is for you. Most people are not taught this because an educated man is a dangerous man. That's why women get so mad and so triggered when they find your channel or my channel, because we're letting the fucking cat out the bag, and guys are wisening up at the fastest rate in human history, to be honest with you. So, I mean, most people, this information is either kept from them or they just believe it doesn't even exist.
That's a very good point. And before we show our first clip, I want to give a big thanks to Chris Von Erich with the $12 super chat. Says, "Hey, Don and John, keep up the good work." So obviously we have we've got some good people in here. I had a guy tell me that I'm providing bad customer service. How dare somebody ask for good customer service? How dare you be 8 minutes late? Newsflash, he didn't pay anything to be in here. Number one, to view my YouTube channel is absolutely free. If you pay for my YouTube channel, then okay, maybe you would have a gripe. But this is not a retail business that I'm running here. That's number one. Number two, I think what guys have to understand is that when it comes to production stuff, and I thought I was having trouble with Blog Talk Radio. I don't know if anyone's tried to call in yet. Just try to be patient with us. If you're not able to get through, let us know in the chat. But I guess number 2B is fuck off with that. Like, for seriously, like come on, guys, like seriously, like this is YouTube, right? Like this isn't Blockbuster Video. Listen, I'm dating myself. This isn't Blockbuster Video. This isn't Safeway.
This is 10,000 videos.
Exactly. Come on, man. Like this is YouTube. I said we're gonna go live at 12:30. Okay, so I came on at 12:38. Big deal. Quit making a big deal about time. Listen, if you want to get banned from my channel, please just tell me, oh, Donovan, punctuality and time, all that stuff. Quick question here from Femi Abordin. He said, where did your guest get his headbands? I mess with it. Where'd you get the headband, brother?
I got it at the equivalent of the Japanese Walmart. I just got it because I'm doing a theme this year, this September, called Shokunin September.
Okay.
And Shokunin is the Japanese word. You're a Shokunin yourself. A Shokunin is a man who shows up to work every single day and trends towards excellence in whatever he does. And if anybody has, I mean, as a guy who runs the show, a radio show, you clearly lead the manosphere with the best radio show. Quality, production wise. I mean, that's why I got this green screen, because I just couldn't convert my room to have such a fucking good set like you. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just make a digital one. I got to make something better than what I got going on here. Well, so that's what it is.
Well, I work very hard to to bring the kind of content that people want and need. Every once in a while, I will be late, and if you have a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself. Don't give a shit. All right, so last question before, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to show 3 modules here. We're going to show them on the screen. We're going to get your take on this. And again, guys, if you have any questions about body language, if there's a certain situation, dating, etc., do not hesitate to give us a call or put it in the chat. What I'll do is I'll try to read I guess the most interesting, or I'll try to read the best questions. Again, the callers are going to get first priority. Chat's going to get second priority. Super chat's going to get super chat number 1, callers number 2, and chat's number 3. So the last question I want to ask you before we look at this, before we look at module number 1 here, is what inspired you to create this particular body language course? Because this, like MLD, this has changed lives. Like, and again, I see the comments, I see the testimonials that you get. Guys are telling you, MLD, you've changed my life. My dating life has completely changed. Other than making men better with women, what was I guess maybe sort of an ancillary reason you created this course?
Well, actually, the big one was, to be honest with you, you remember when I used to dress up in suits and come onto your fucking show? Yeah. Dude, I came on your show and we did that little mini segment about body language, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I thought everybody knew what you and I knew.
Right.
And
I remember, because we were getting all these questions. We kind of look at each other. We're like, wait a minute. Like, how do these dudes not know this?
And so I was just like, okay. And then the show went fine. And then I had people showing up in my chat. I had Instagram DMs, I had Facebook DMs, I had Twitter DMs, and I had emails. And everybody's like, hey, man, what are you going to do? Body language. And I was just like, whoa, like, do all of these people not understand what I fucking understand? And so what I did was I said to myself, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a course and let's see how it turns out to working, see if it's going to be any better or any worse. And then the Q1, I launched the course and I had 120 something people sign up. And at this time, my YouTube had just crossed 1,000 people.
Oh, wow.
And once I saw the positive reaction, and then a guy told me I would pay far much more money for this information. He's a higher up executive guy. And he's like, you are absolutely undercharging. He's like, people in corporate America don't even know this shit. And I'm just a dude who likes having sex. And that's how I was like, I just read all the body language books. And I started coming to my own conclusions based off of all my sexual experiences, because I've gone on dates with over 500 women. So you start to pick up patterns, and as the more you do stuff, and sex is sales, and you got to strike when the iron's hot. You got it while the buying temperature is high. That's when you got to ask for the sale, and that's the same thing with sex. Like once you see, once you see that she is opening up her body, warming up to you, some women don't like, they want to fuck you within an hour of meeting you. Like, you already got the pass, but guys think, oh, I read this PUA blog, so I need to bounce her to like 5 different places so I can make 5 different emotional memories with her and then ask her back to my place after date 3, 4, 5. Dude, it's 2019. Girls are meeting dudes within 30 minutes and smashing raw. Okay. And that's just the reality. That's just the world we live in. And if you want a piece of that action and you're not studying body language, I mean, enjoy your uphill struggle. That's all I got to say.
Good stuff. So we have a caller on the line. So I'm going to bring him on. It sounds like it actually looks like he's calling from overseas here. 914-205-5356. If you're outside of the US, it is 001. Or is it 011? Either way, try either one. 001 or 011. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Caller, you are on live with Donovan and Modern Life Dating. Go ahead.
Donovan, Jonathan, how are you doing, gentlemen?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Mohammed Hindawi speaking.
Hey, Mohammed, what's up, dude? It's one of my guys.
Okay, all right, dude. I swear to God, all your guys always like infiltrate my show, man. Like, I never get my guest to call when I'm on with you. It's always somebody from your camp.
I mean, let them. Go ahead, Mohammed. Do what you got to
do. Yeah, I'm actually on both camps here because my introduction to the red pill was through Donovan's show. And I actually have been on his Patreon for the past, 6 months or 8 months at least. And then that's when I came to find out about Jonathan, and basically going from a pure red pill mindset, being raised mainly by my mom, going to a Donovan's daily show and the Patreon and everything. And then joining, that's when I changed my approach with women and everything. But I think the articulation and everything else changed when I took Jonathan's body mastery language course, because that's when I started to learn when to go for the kiss, when not to go for the kiss. When is this day just a waste of my bloody time? I should just get the check and get the hell out.
Right.
Or if I should invest more in this. So it's saving my time. It's knowing when to go for the kiss and when not to go. Oh, now that she's sitting back, she's not leaning in, then if I go for it, she's gonna even take a further step back. Oh, now she's moving her hair that way. She's sitting not crossed legs.
Listen to this guy. He sounds like a pro.
Pointing at me and so on.
Like, listen, like seriously, like listen to this guy. This guy doesn't need the course anymore. Clearly, he has learned what he has to learn. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, applying both. I mean, here's the thing. I can read all Rollo's books. I have your course. I have your Patreon, everything. But unless people go out and try,
bingo,
and execute, theoretical doesn't mean shit if you're not going to go outside to the world and apply. Try and error, try and fail. Just keep going until you find yourself sleeping with Miss here, this country, and Miss that country. I mean,
right.
That's the whole point.
We call this, Mohammed, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but it's called red pill masturbation, right? It's when men get their hands, it's true. It's when men get their hands on red pill truth, and they can recite all the pickup lines. They know all the answers to the shit test. They can do everything. They engage in lively discussions. They say, this is an alpha, that's beta, blah, 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 blah. But when the rubber meets the road and they actually have to go out and apply it, they never do. It's either shit or get off the pot. And I think a lot of men are just happy with consuming red pill content and bitching and moaning about it online, but not actually going out and applying it in the real world. So let me ask you one more question before we go and show this first module. Has the body language course, has MLD's body language mastery course helped you in areas other than women, or have you not gotten a chance to really sort of stretch your legs yet?
No, I have, because now when I go to a board of director meeting, I know who's going to be on my side and who's not before I end my opening speech. So when I'm presenting my results, I can see just by people in the room how they're sitting and how they're interacting, if they're going to be on my side, if they're going to come with hard questions or not. It's not just body language mastery that you're just going to focus on dating or screwing or fucking or whatever. No, it's not just that. It's in life in general. You can see people, whether they're sitting that way, if they're secure or not, if he's confident or not, if that person is willing to attack you or not. It's so many things. Like, you take it to another level. You can just focus on what's in the videos and not attend the calls, which are very, very important. You can just attend all that and not apply it, or it just opens your mind to seeing every single motion by every single person differently.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
Does that
listen.
answer the question?
Yeah, listen. That's a very good answer. Thanks for the call, Mohammed. Once again, an excellent testimonial from another satisfied man with this body language course. So let's quit with the let's go ahead and quit with the suspense. What we're gonna do is during this show, during the stream, we are going to show you guys three different modules. I think the first one is like 2 or 3 minutes. The second two are like 5 or 6 minutes. So everybody sit back, relax, watch, and enjoy the show. So this first one, I don't know what this has to do with, but I'm gonna play it and we'll see. It's eating. Here we go. Pay attention.
I know what you might be thinking. Really? Eating, seduction, body language? Do these things go together?
And quickly, the reason why it's a little choppy is because StreamYards has a very limited frames per second. When you purchase the course, it's going to be very, very smooth, high definition. StreamYards has a few limitations with regards to frames per second. So as long as you can see it and hear it, we should be good to go. It's going to be much higher quality when you actually buy the course. Here we go.
Take a look here at these clips from our B-roll with Judy. Write down what you think, and we're going to jump right into it because this is really going to blow your mind, especially for you sly dogs out there who like to do the cooking date at home. It's usually a personal favorite of mine as well that I use to this day. All right. Well, as you can see, there are two gestures here. This is the first one when I make the attempt to feed her and she backs off and she's really not okay with it, but she takes it and she eats it anyways, right? And then here is the second one. It is a little bit more forced and she has to take control of it right there and she eats on her own. Now, the third one here is what you're looking for. And this is, you want to make sure that the girl is eating when you feed her. Okay, when she accepts food from you, this is a form of submission. She has to trust you. She has to trust the fork if you're using a fork, or the spoon, or, if your hands, she has to trust you overall. It is a form of submission and it's very seductive in a way. Also, you can kind of flip the script and do it to her as well. If she tries to feed you, you can play hard to get. What I have come to learn is that usually if a girl will let you put food in her mouth, she will probably let you put other things in her mouth. Use your imagination. But this is just a very undercover kind of secret body language that most people do not really look into or even try to analyze. But I find this as a great way to find out what is her buying temperature. How does she feel when she's around me? If we have a date and I'm cooking some pancakes, some French toast, or making ice cream, I can lightly place my left hand on her shoulder and guide the spoonful of ice cream or forkful of French toast or pancakes with my right hand. And if she accepts it, usually this means she's comfortable with you and she's overall enjoying the interaction, and it is a form of submission. However, if she rejects you, like these two videos here we have of Judy rejecting me, know that you have to work on your overall seduction and building her warmth towards you. This is a very unorthodox technique, but I can tell you it works through and through. The only way you're going to find out is getting out there and trying it. It is also good to observe couples in public or in a park. And, unfortunately these days we see a lot of men being in the submissive roles to women. And you can see that the women are feeding the men. And you can really, with this course in general, you can see who really is the dominant and who is the submissive in the relationship. And ideally for masculine men, you want to be the dominant, and that usually, in my opinion, brings forth the happiest relationship for guys who are into our type of content.
Excellent, excellent. Very, very, very well done. Seductive eat or seductive feeding. Jonathan, that's a lost art. And I wasn't around back in the 50s or 60s. And by the way, big thanks goes out to Goku Black with the $2 super chat. Also, big thanks goes out to Extra Guac with the $2 super chat. Says he is excited for Body Language Mastery Quarter 3. Says Donovan, I'm in Philly. Had no idea the Eagles pulled out the win yesterday. Got the W up in Lambeau Field to get up off the canvas. So EAGLES Eagles. Hashtag Fly Eagles Fly. But seductive feeding is something that men used to do all the time. And area code 225, I see in the queue. We're going to get to you in just a second. Why is it, do you feel like men are afraid to feed women? That's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, what is the importance of seductive feeding with women?
Men are just afraid because, quite honestly, the art of being a masculine male has been slowly but surely killed by the single mother household in the United States and the overall feminization of men through, again, the marketing in the United States. Like Donovan, you are an old school genius football fan. You've been watching football forever. Those NFL commercials with the female fans piss me off. I'm just like, these women don't exist. They don't fucking exist. And it's they brainwashing through the marketing of the media, brainwashing through the church, brainwashing through the education system, and the governments as well. So, I mean, all of these things, they just push men into these corner thinking that these things don't exist, and you just have to be a good little obedient servant boy, and then you will be rewarded once a month with a morsel of sex. But the reality is, women do want to be with a dominant male. This has been documented through and through. Even feminists say they find men with chauvinistic attitudes, not traditionally, chauvinistic attitudes like us, right? They find us sexy and they find us sexually attractive. So guys, they don't even do it because they don't even know. They're tiptoeing around thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get fucking Me Too'd, or this is going to happen. I'm going to get, I'm better off going buying fucking MGTOW doll and fucking a doll rather than act, and then having interactions with the real woman. So I that's why I think that this is just, it's become a lost art. And you and I, we are literally top 5% men with all of the sexual experience we have. Let's just be honest. We're like D-level celebrities with the sexual experience we've had. And I think that, to answer your first part of your question, that is the answer right there. And then the second question, I'm sorry, the second part was?
The second part of the first part of the question is, why is seductive feeding a lost art? Number one. And the second reason is, and I actually have an answer for the second part, is, why are men afraid to feed women? Like, why are they afraid to put food in a woman's mouth?
Well, I think they just don't understand the true nature of female nature, which is to submit to a man. And the date, the feeding it's a two-part operation. First part, it's to check her buying temperature. Is she ready to have sex with you? Is she at the point where she feels comfortable that she wants to have sex with you? And number two, is she submitting to you? Because remember, when a woman is relaxed and open and ready to take you in, she'll start by submitting to you with her body language. She'll start by letting you doing things to her, like put food in her mouth, and that's a very dominant thing. That's a very masculine thing. Come here, let me feed you. Take this, and do what I say. Physically, you're doing this, and that eventually leads to the point of her allowing herself to be receiving you sexually. Because that's how the sexual act goes. You put your penis inside her. That's all about the reception thing.
Absolutely. And before we get to the area code 225 here, the answer that I was going to give is that most men have had the risk tolerance stripped from them. This is another thing that feminism has done to men. Feminism, #MeToo, street harassment, catcalling statutes, etc., etc. Men who are risk averse are typically not that good with women. Men who are risk tolerant are typically much better with women. Trying to put food in a woman's mouth, there is an inherent risk that comes with that. However, if you incorrectly read her body language, of course, putting food in a woman's mouth is going to be risky because you don't know whether or not she's going to be receptive to it, right? So if you're on a date and 2 minutes into the date, you're picking up your strawberries and trying to put it in your mouth, you're going to get the first reaction from Judy there, right? Yep. You have to know how to sexually escalate, and we're going to get to that with our second module. Here's another thing I'll actually add to the seductive feeding. And this is not necessarily on a date, but one thing that I used to always do when I would meet up with girls at bars or back when I was actually still, going to the club, et cetera, one thing that I would always do, and I would always just grab her drink and take a drink of it, right? I would grab her drink. Here, give it to me. They never put up a fight, Jonathan. If I happen to be out on a date with a woman back when I used to take women to restaurants, for first dates, I didn't do that for the last 2.5, 3 years. But even if I'd been having sex with her for a little while and we're out to dinner, dude, I'll take her fork. I will eat off her plate. And then I'll tell her, hey, you know what? The steak is pretty good. Here, have a bite. I'm in command. I am in control. Women, listen, women don't like controlling men. They like men who are in control. And when you, and seductive feeding, seductive eating is absolutely, that is indicative of a man who is in control of his environment. That's how important this is.
Donovan, are you okay if I talk shit to somebody in your audience? He's a dumb question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So we got this guy, Angelo, and he says, this is his justification. I don't know why he's even in here, but he says, getting Asian girls is easy. Just show up and be white. Motherfucker, do I look white to you? I am half white, half Trinidadian, and I was raised completely by the Trinidadian side of my family. I've had virtually no white influence at all. And do you even have a passport? Have you even been to fucking Asia, you uneducated swine? Because if you did come here, you would know that the hottest of the hottest Asian girls don't come to guys like me because I'm not their race, and they can't bring me home to mom and dad. And guess what? To top it off, they don't fucking speak English, jackass. Sorry, I just had to let that out. That really just gets to me.
Listen, I get it, man. We have another body language professional in the chat. 225. I promise you I'm coming to you right after this. From Kojima Pamata Spinny says, the thumbnail is debatable. It could be the middle one too. Okay. Listen, maybe not. But I do know this. Unless you have a track record of success, shut the fuck up about my goddamn thumbnails, dude.
Are they really criticizing your thumbnail?
Dude, I love guys this. I love guys who are in the chat. They won't call in, but they'll chat because they think they know more than you do, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so let's go to area code 225. Enough of slaying these trolls.
Okay.
Listen, I can't give these fuckers too much airtime. 914-205-5356 is the number you need to call to get in on the conversation. Area code 225. You are on live with Donovan and Jonathan. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, guys. Hey, what you guys are absolutely correct. I'm not trying to blow smoke. Body language is a lost art. I mean, since the 50s, people like Sean Connery, they had a masculine demeanor to them that set the women straight. Now men are, we call them soy boys, are not displaying any kind of inkling of body language. They don't even try no more because they just use Tinder and these dating sites, and it takes the art out of really seduction of a female.
No, I agree. And let me ask you something, caller. You make a very good point. I'd actually like to get your feedback on this as well as MLD's. Caller, what do you think? How detrimental do you think that dating apps have been in terms of the inability for most men to read a woman's obvious body language?
Well, it's very simple. If you have no experience, we are a real rote creatures. We learn by doing and vicariously looking at another person and seeing their eyes, their lips, how they react. When you have a picture and just a stonewall picture, even as a video, you don't get to go back and forth. That back and forth is totally lost between individuals. You don't have anything. And as men, we cannot reciprocate our body language, which is number one. We don't understand. A woman see a strong man, his face, how his demeanor is, how he stands, how what he put his hands at. She cannot judge that man if it be an alpha or a beta.
Very good. MLD, what are your thoughts on that?
Well,
Dating apps and the lack of body language mastery, so to speak.
Well, as a certified dirtbag and lover of beta males all around the world, because they make my job so much easier, I think dating apps for a guy who has his shit in check, it's like you're just printing pussy. But that being said, a lot of guys, they do not have the experience because they don't have the balls
Correct.
to go and ask a woman out face to face and then go on the date, because I don't give a shit how many you can recite the rational male front to back. You could be Donovan's Patreon and every single level with 5 different fucking bank accounts. Okay. You can watch every episode of Interview with the Man. You could do all these things, but there is unquantifiable data that you can collect and only collect by face-to-face interactions with a woman. And sitting there swiping on Tinder, I don't give a shit how many fucking matches you have. If you don't have game and you don't have experience, you're just gonna be SOL pimping. You're gonna be like the Washington Redskins. You're gonna be shit out of luck. You're gonna be fucked. You're gonna be in a worse situation than Case Keenum. All right.
Listen, worse situation than Case Keenum, maybe Josh Rosen. He's in a pretty
God
situation. Real quick, special thanks goes out to Watch Me Pipe Your Mom with the $5 super chat. I love that handle. Watch Me Pipe Your Mom. Said keep up the good work, Donovan. All right, let's go to, pardon me. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. I've got a question in here by Shabazz. Says, Donovan, I have an extreme problem. Then what you explain, I've done before, but the problem is I don't know what I'm doing, so I can't learn it and continually apply it. Shabazz, do me a favor. Give me a little bit more detail in the chat. Or you can give us a call, and what I'll do is MLD and I will answer that particular question on the other side of us showing the second module. Everybody look, pay attention, and learn. Here we go. This is spacing.
All right, now we're going to be talking about a concept called spacing and how this relates to a woman's overall acceptance and comfort with you in her presence. So as usual and normal, go ahead and take your notes. Think about what you think these gestures mean, and we're going to jump right into it right now.
Hey, real quick, her hair looked a little bit messy in that first frame. Did you smash her before you did this?
Are
you taking?
No, I didn't. There are multiple levels. Her boyfriend's a police officer, so he could throw me into jail just for the color of my skin for 21 days.
Right. Listen, you don't have to make any admissions on the air. I'm just saying her hair looked a little bit messed up in that first frame.
Let's just say the opportunity was there, but I kept it professional.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What kind of dirtbag are you anyway? All right, here we go.
A poor one.
So we're going to talk about proximity. Proximity is how near something or someone is to you. Right here, Judy is doing an excellent and very easily relatable gesture. Anytime a woman leans in, she is very interested in what you have to say. This could be standing in a face-to-face conversation or over a table. If she's leaning in, know that she likes you and wants to get nearer. She is enjoying all of it. And just the opposite, if she doesn't like what you're saying, she will start retreating from you. She will lean back. This is a more aggressive tone because she's leaning back and actually crossing her arms, which is closing you off. So if you're doing something and then you see this reaction, know that is actually turning her off and pushing her away, figuratively and literally. So staying on the subject of proximity, a woman will let you near her like this if she's interested in you. Okay, so you see I take a step in and Judy does not move back. She's okay. She wants me to be near. This is just a slow but sure escalation to sex. If she's very comfortable with you, she'll allow the touch. If she's not okay with you, she will simply back away. But in this situation, I reach forward, I touch her, she's okay. It's actually very natural because we got to know each other over the course of shooting for a couple hours as well. But I step in, I touch, we're okay. Now, in the other hand, here, I'll step forward and see if a woman does this, typically she's not okay, she's not comfortable with you, and this is kind of her signaling, hey, kind of back off, please, I'm just not ready yet. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the entire situation is lost, but know that you might have to warm her up or she might have to get to know you a little bit better. But at the same time, know when to walk away. It's a healthy balance. Also, just like her touching you, if you try to touch her and she's not okay with it, she will definitely back off. Like here, you can see she was just not okay with me touching, so she kind of backs away, and I just back off as well. You know, if you see that, just keep your composure and, you know, back off. All right, here's the real juicy stuff. You see this hug? This is a far proximity hug. See, the greatest indicator is the distance of her crotch away from yours. This kind of hug is a non-sexual hug. It's kind of, I'm keeping you at a distance. I'm not that interested in you. However, if a girl is sexually interested in you, believe you me, she will put her crotch flush up against yours. The hug is the ultimate test of proximity. So the closer she gets, the more ensnared she gets with you in the hug, the higher her attractions are for you. So let's do a speed review. Lean in is good. She's interested in what's going on. Step in is also good. She's allowing you into her bubble, allowing you into her proximity. Step in and touch is very good. She is 100% okay with you. And the hug, where her crotch is flush, flat against yours, is the ultimate sign of attraction. For the bad, you know, leaning away, arms crossed, not good. Her escaping your proximity is also not good. Her escaping your touch is not good. And then this is the friend zone hug. This is the kind of stay away from me hug. Don't do that. So this module was a little jam-packed, but I wanted to compact everything so you can simply digest this in under 5 minutes over and over and over again. I think that this module is very important. And if you're one of the guys who watched this all the way to the end, then you know that this is very important. And I highly stress you to watch this again and again and again. This module, understanding proximity, is very important. I must stress that.
Excellent. So spacing is extremely important, MLD. And I think I speak for most people in here when I say that I'm very impressed with that particular module. And guys, listen, man, you got to be respectful of my guests. If you agree with what they say, if you disagree, that's fine, but be respectful. Like, come on, let's not be seventh graders. Okay, MLD, give me your thoughts on spacing and the importance of spacing, the whens, the whys, and the hows.
Again, it's just it's comfort. We all have our bubble. You have your bubble. I have my bubble. For men, it's kind of, you know, if there is a situation where the altercation may be getting heated, if somebody comes into your proximity, we immediately give them that fucking stiff arm. Get the fuck away from me. You're not allowed near. Okay. At the same polar opposite end, if she lets you in of her bubble, what's the closest you can do to get into her bubble is to penetrate her sexually. Okay. That is an indicator that she wants to get near to you. This also is, and there's somebody else just signed up right now. This also is, a reverse for them. If a woman likes you, and these guys, keep in mind, there are far many modules. We are giving you 3 free samples, and not including the 3 weeks of twice daily 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night of webinar training to follow up after this. Okay. If a woman likes you, she will make excuses or reasons to be near you. She will accidentally touch you. She'll be in the office. Donovan's over in the sales department. She'll bump into him like, "Oh, Donovan, I'm so sorry." And she'll put her left hand on your left pectoral and her right hand on your shoulder. And maybe she'll say,
you know what I would say? If she says, "Donovan, I'm sorry," be like, "No, you're not."
She'll give you the little rub and she'll be like, "Oh wow, do you exercise? Bitch, you know damn well I exercise and I do a lot of cardio in the bedroom. Let's get this over with. Come on, let's go."
You can find out. I got a gym at home.
You know,
I have weights. Sure, come by and check it out.
So the course is truly, like I said, you're able to read the code in the matrix. You are able to look at people and know. I had a guy that all he was doing, okay, is 27-year-old male, software developer, handsome guy, okay, good shape, 6-pack abs, on a 2-year dry spell, reading all of the blogs, reading everything he fucking could try to get his hands on, right? He's in the West Coast. He's in an area full of hipsters. He's kind of a little hipster himself. Good-looking guy. He looks like Johnny Depp in the 80s, right? And he was on a 2-year dry spell. I could not even believe it. I thought this guy was just a professional scumbag and he was just coming to get his sharpen up his tools.
Sure.
He studied this course. And the guy in our body language mastery private Facebook group, which you also get access to if you get into this course, it's one of my favorite things when I see a man go from horny to sexual rampage. Then he goes to jaded as fuck. Like, I'm sick of these bitches. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. And this is only a span. I kid you not. Webinars ended at the end of July. It is now at the end of September, and he's already run through. I can't even keep. I forgot how many girls, but I think it's close to at least. I think he slept with at least 10 girls in 2.5 months, coming from a 2-year dry spell, all due to the information in this course. So the proof is in the pudding, and I don't know. I probably went off on a tangent there, as I typically do.
Fine.
But what was the initial question? That's just
don't worry about it. You riff. We've got a caller on the line, area code 443. I'm going to come to you in a second. I'm going to answer a question here, and I want to get your answer on this as well. So Giorgio Asmir, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, Donovan, what is your advice for a guy who is introverted, as in having the courage to go out there and be that confident red pill guy to ask a woman out? When a lot of guys tell me that they're introverted, what they mean is that they are introverted around girls. Okay. I have a lot of, I do a shitload of consultations, and a lot of them say, well, Donovan, I'm introverted. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me why you think you're introverted. And they speak very dynamically. Their voice inflection is, they're engaged. It's a good conversation. I said, okay, well, what you just did, you don't sound like somebody who's introverted, right? The reason why you think you're introverted is because you're just right now, you're just afraid to talk to girls. Perfectly normal for somebody who doesn't have that much experience with girls. If you find yourself being introverted around girls, in other words, being afraid to approach them, use what I call my 1 week to, how can I put this? I actually put this in my, I might actually redo this at some point in time, but the long and the short of it is it's a 4-week, it's sort of a 4-week training exercise. Week 1, talk to 10 women a day. That's all you do. That's all you do. Hi, I'm Donovan. Hi, I'm Donovan. Don't escalate. Don't do nothing. Week number 2, 10 women a day for 7 straight days. That's 70 women. Week number 2, what you want to do is you want to introduce yourself and make small talk. Hi, I'm Donovan. The weather is great, or, whatever the case may be, small talk. You're, again, no pressure. You're not trying to get her number. You are simply just trying to you're just trying to start a conversation. Week number 3, make conversation with 10 women a day. Hi, I'm Donovan, and you are, get her name, get her name. You guys talk, et cetera, et cetera. Don't ask for a number. Keep it short, 1.5 minutes tops. Week number 4, that's when you start number closing. So So, and I know that's a very condensed version, but what this is it's similar to weightlifting in that it is sort of a progressive load, right? So week 1, you're lifting the bar. Week 2, you've got 25 pounds. Week 3, you're curling 90 pounds, and by week 4, you're curling 200 pounds. This is how this works. What this is designed to do is this is designed to build up calluses to talking to women. Don't just talk to pretty girls. Talk to anything with 2X chromosomes. Old ladies, fat ladies, ugly girls, pretty girls, talk to them all. Hi, I'm Donovan. Hi, I'm Donovan. What this does is this desensitizes you to talking to women. So that would be my advice in terms of how to kill your approach anxiety. Most men aren't introverted around other men. They're introverted around women. And that is, I guess, the Reader's Digest version, as far as I'm concerned, to kill approach anxiety. What are your thoughts, MLD?
I think you just gave spot on advice. And before I go on, I just want to say congratulations to Tim from your audience. He just signed up using the code that you put in the chat for the body language mastery. Tim, I already looked you up. You seem like a very educated man, sir. Please be sure to attend the webinars. It is absolutely imperative, okay, that you attend the webinars in order for you to maximize your development. And for you guys that did not are not able to attend all the webinars, because it's a grueling schedule for me, but at the same time, it's for your convenience. All the webinars are going to be recorded, and you will be able to access them at a later date, lifetime access. In addition to that, Q4 will be occurring, and the webinars will be in January. If you get in now, during this registration period, you also get free and lifetime access to the webinars, which will be also in Q4. So not only are you getting 3 weeks of training starting on October 8th to Halloween, you also get 3 weeks of training in January. So you're getting a total of 6 weeks of training. And what Donovan said about building up the calluses is absolutely true. The bottom line is this: repetition is the mother of skill. Okay, why do we call them repetitions in the gym when we're lifting weights? Because you need to do them over and over and over again in order for you to get better. That is how the neural pathways work in your brain with the neurons. The more you do things, the faster the connection happens. So this is what I get. And you probably get this too, Don. I get a guy, he approaches one woman a month, and then he writes me a 10-paragraph analyzation of every single interaction. You're better off approaching 70 women in a week if you're serious about getting this done. And let me tell you something. I just went back to the United States for Hot Dude Con in earlier this month in September. And let me tell you that the United States now is ripe for the picking. I mean, financially as well as girls. I wasn't even trying. I was at Hot Dude Con with all the dudes hanging out, all the guys from Body Language Mastery, which you also get access to Hot Dude Con if you get into Body Language Mastery. All of the guys were there, and we were just having a good old time. I was just being myself, right? And the women could just smell and the women can smell masculinity, and they are like sharks in water looking for that blood. They get one sniff of it and they're like, oh my God, this is a masculine man. And they flock to you. I wasn't even trying. The girl was like, take my number. And then she was like, text me. And this girl was not a pig. This girl was fucking sexy. Okay. But I'm a good Christian man. So, I would never do anything like that. So I let it slide. But like I'm saying right now, you need to make the effort to move forward and make the dedication and have the discipline to approach, and you will build the repetition. And you must approach with some form of guidance from a person who is skilled in this area. Because if you're just mindlessly approaching and you have no senior authority to reflect your thoughts on or get positive feedback from, it's just going to be an uphill battle. Look at any psychological study, look at any sports team. You need a mentor in order to get to the next level that you want to achieve.
Absolutely. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. 443, I'm coming to you right after this. Zachariah Hayes says, also, ads stop beating off to porn. I could not agree more. And I don't want to make this into a porn thing, but a lot of guys say, oh, I'm just not motivated to go out and approach. Well, there are many reasons for this. Porn happens to be a very good reason. If you're not horny, you're not going to be motivated to go out and approach. Right? Like if you're not, you don't eat if you're not hungry. So if you're not horny, then why would you go out to approach? When you beat off to porn, what you're doing is you're giving your brain the satisfaction of an orgasm without actually having to go out and do anything. And what the brain says, you rewire your brain to respond positively to non-female stimulus, right? So when you beat off to porn too much, it saps your motivation, it saps your testosterone. In a lot of cases, it saps your testosterone. I think I said that already. I'm getting repetitive. Anyway,
also fucks with your erections.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, there are 25 and there are 25, 26-year-old guys who have ED. No, you don't have ED. You need to quit jerking off. That's just all there is to that. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Area code 443. You're on live with Don and John. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, this is Shabazz. Yeah, I was in the comment talking about it. About like I'm in a really big predicament.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm at a point where it's like I'm extremely oblivious.
Okay.
Like,
well, tell us what's up.
You know how you said like taking food off of the girl's plate. I've literally done that before, and I think nothing of it.
Right.
If I could give you a really big example,
yeah, go ahead.
That I go to the gym. And there's this girl in there, right? So she sees me checking her out, and one time she came up to me and literally felt my chest up and was talking, "Ooh, I see all the gains." I literally thought nothing of it.
Wow.
Lost opportunity. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll tell a story after this. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. And that's what I meant. It's like I'm very oblivious to all the responses I'm getting. Listen, unless it's directly told to me, I'd probably never know. Like a lot of you can go.
No, I was going to say before I let MLD go, listen, myself, I've missed out. And this was when I first started out in game. Dude, I probably missed out on dozens of lays because I couldn't pick up on those really not so obvious, these obvious nonverbal cues that girls wanted me to approach, that girls wanted me to escalate. So don't feel bad about it. The solution is to learn body language. All right. So MLD, what are your thoughts on this guy's problem?
If I may read from the good book of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in Matthew chapter 9, verse 35, it says, "And Jesus went to the villages and told them, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." I've had a guy named Nick in New York, okay? God bless this man. Got absolutely divorce raped, was paying over $2,000 a month in child support.
Oy!
He was in his 40s, and he believed that he was sexually done. He felt like his chances was over. He was never going to have sex with another woman again. If it was going to be, it would be some, divorcee wine bar dwelling hog, right? Now, he took the body language mastery course, and he came back to me and he said, "Jonathan, I cannot believe how many fucking women are interested in me." I haven't heard from him since. Last thing I heard, he was actually banging a Trinidadian woman. He said he's been going on dates. He was going on dates, going on salsa dates. He said he found out that he works in social work, and one of his he's a very educated man. He's a speech pathologist, and he is working with, as you know, speech pathology is a largely female dominated industry. He noticed all of his coworkers were checking him out, giving him nothing but insanely screaming body language choices. And then he booked a consultation. He's like, "Hey man, should I fuck all my coworkers? Like I'm having too much choice now. I had no idea. And I haven't heard from him. And you know what? You know where it is? He's probably up to his eyeballs in fucking pussy, because that's usually what happens. I cure these guys and they go into what I call the red pill gluttony phase. You learn the red pill data, and then you go forth and you harvest the bountiful fields of women as the Lord has spoken in the good book.
Good call there, man. Let's go to area code 253. You're on live with Don and John. Go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for finding the show.
I can barely 253. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Am I on speaker? Because it sounds like you're in a tunnel.
Better?
A little bit. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan. So this is Joe. I've been watching your show for 2-3 months now, and I just want to say you're killing it, man.
Appreciate it.
I like your radio format. I like how professional it is. But this is something I've been thinking on. Is the theory of, and I'm new into this, is being hard, like being like an erection, like all the time. Like women need to feel that hardness, and it's something that's been missing, or it's not really taught in schools. You're kind of afraid to, and I realize if I was just a little bit more hard, or I'm having a difficult time explaining this, but I just want to say thank you and congratulations on your show. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. We are, what are we, like J-list celebrities, I think we said earlier?
Yeah, I'll take the check.
So yeah, there's nothing.
If I can take this moment, I did want to at least say this. So and I don't want to get you guys down out there, but this is a message that's really serious about this red pill game.
Sure.
Is recently I got into a breakup with my girlfriend, and at the end of it, I ended up being incarcerated. So I just wanted to say it's going to a whole nother level of where women are willing to take extreme measures to cover up their bad behavior in cheating by even incarcerating and setting it up. It's really serious.
Yeah.
And I ran into this sweet old 63-year-old man with like his skin looks like he was in the sun. He's a very rich man, like a millionaire. And he said he walked up to this lady's house and he was looking to get the rent paid. And she called domestic violence on him and got this 63-year-old man incarcerated. So I just want to say, like, this Me Too, it's gone to a whole nother level. And I want to share that out with people. And it's really important to not let women comb through all the betas and just have this smorgasbord of alphas all to themselves.
Yes.
That is what's going on. So now more than ever, we need people like Donovan. And I got to say, I love you, brother. I donated to you. I got my receipt and my ID number.
Good.
And when I get the money, there's more content that I need, but this is absolutely important. This is my Bible. I listen to it every day. And you have to stay on the red pill daily, every day. You think you got it, you don't. You need more. Keep consuming.
Excellent. Very good call by area code 253. Thanks for the call, man, and definitely thanks for your support. Yeah, what guys, a lot of times they make the mistake is they find the red pill, they dive into it head first for 2 or 3 months, and every area code 718 and 613. I'm going to come to you guys here in just a second, and they learn some of the rudimentary elements of game. They have a little bit of success. They start sleeping with pretty girls, and all of a sudden they feel like they don't need the red pill anymore. And it's not like they say, well, I don't need the red pill anymore, but there's less motivation to be consuming this stuff all the time. The only way to commit this stuff, not only to muscle memory, but cerebral muscle memory, is to consume this stuff every day, 7 days a week, weekends, holidays, vacations. If you don't drill this stuff into your skull each and every day, eventually you're going to, I guess to use a Bible term, eventually you're going to backslide. So when you're in the gluttony phase, just understand that you need to stay in the gluttony phase on some level to make sure that the stuff sinks in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, what he's talking about too, listen, man, you have to realize that there are bad people out there, and some of these bad people are bad women. And you can
You are.
realize this by studying the body language, by studying the character, analyzing her history. That's everything we talk about in the webinar section. This is going to make you Me Too proof.
That's right.
You know who I wish I had as my fucking student? I wish I had Antonio Brown as one of my students, because this motherfucker would be he would be on the Patriots still. He'd still be killing it. But now he's jobless in the NFL, and he's got the whole media after him over accusations.
Right. That's right.
The man is not even guilty yet in a court of law, but due to our nature, and that's okay, because guess what? You know what all these reporters and women are doing? They're just red pilling men at a faster rate. You're just closing yourself into a fucking corner. So, I mean, going back to that with the old man, that's another thing, man. A lot of these old boomers, they just think that, you know, everything is fine and dandy, like it's an episode of Andy Griffith. Those days are over, man. These girls are fucking sluts.
Yep.
They are posting pictures of their asses on Instagram. They're waking up with 10 to 100 messages on social media every single day, dude. So you gotta know the pick up. You have to pick up the fucking pieces and really understand the day and age we live in and adapt and evolve. Because if you can, again, man, you can have the absolute wildest, craziest sex life, all consensual, right here, right now, if you do the work.
Excellent. 914-205-5356, 718-613, and 804. You guys are next in that order. Let's go to area code 718. You are on live with Don and John. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How you doing? I just wanted to tell you, thank you for the information. I enjoy it. I love it. And it's true. Like, you will be listening to this stuff for like months at a time, and then after a while, you're like, yeah, I don't need it. And then you go right back to doing what you were doing right before you heard it. So
there you go.
I just want to tell you, I thank you. But another thing is, like, dress-wise, what do you wear when you try to approach girls? Like, because right now, I'm not in the best of shape when it comes to financial situations. And I'm trying to figure out, like, when I'm not wearing the best clothes, do I still approach? Do I still try, or do I just leave it alone?
Well, the answer to that question is, in terms of what you should wear, I'm not the guy for that, and neither is MLD. Neither one of us are fashion experts. I would recommend, maybe going to Kevin Samuels. I've had him on. Yeah, and then there's also Tanner Guzzi. He's an expert. But I will say this: if you're in good shape, it doesn't matter what you wear, right? Like, dude, dude, oh yeah, are you kidding? Yeah. Dude, if you are in good shape, it does not matter what you wear. If you wear jeans and a white t-shirt and a pair of aviators, if you're in good shape, guess what? Girls are going to give you play if you approach them. That's how this works. You don't have to be, you don't always have to be dressed to the nines to impress women visually. Yeah. And I'll put it to you like this. It's actually on a sliding scale. The better a shape you're in, the bigger a margin for error that you have with regards to your thread game. So if you're a guy who's kind of overweight, maybe a little bit fat, but you still want to approach girls, you can do that. Just understand you're going to have to tighten up your thread game before you actually go and approach. Now, guys who are in great shape, who also dress well, those guys kill it. But again, dressing well can get kind of pricey sometimes. If dressing well is worth it to you, make the investment. If it's not, make the investment. Dude, pay $50 a month for a gym membership and make what you're wearing less of a factor when approaching girls. MLD, what are your thoughts on that?
100%, dude. Let me tell you something. I mean, I used first of all, you need to get your money right. Somebody needs to tell you that, because you shouldn't be having trouble with your finances. Second of all, if you're in the United States, you can always go to two places that I like to personally shop. Because I'm a fucking cheapskate. I only buy stuff that I really, I'm not the typical guy. And I know I'm sitting here in a fucking Versace robe, but I mean, I don't fucking go and drop tons of money on clothes, because it's a depreciating asset. Now, I will say this: Ross, you can score a nice Oxford shirt if you're jacked. Or not even jacked. If you just have like 15% body fat and you got some muscles on you, okay? Even if you're doing the bro workout, which is chest and triceps, International Chest Day on Monday, backs, bicep, and then legs, shoulders. You do that, and then you wear yourself a nice Tommy Hilfiger button-up shirt and roll the sleeves up with a nice pair of jeans. You can get a Tommy Hilfiger shirt at Ross, brand new, for $20. Okay. And then you can get a nice pair of jeans with whiskers on them for also $20 at Ross. And then you can get yourself a nice pair of Cole Haan, Van Heusen, something along those lines for another $20 at Ross. So that's $60 for your date outfit. And then you accumulate clothing and you begin to mix and match them. You know, every week or every month, buy yourself one pair of jeans. If you're that fucking broke, buy yourself one pair of jeans once a month and one new shirt once a month and one new pair of shoes. And then this is how you cultivate and build your wardrobe. More importantly, though, sir, is you absolutely need to get your finances right as a man, because that's just bullshit. In today's day and age, you should not be fucking broke. In 2019, there is every single resource available out there for a man to make money. Go to a coding boot camp. In 12 weeks, you can get done with the boot camp. You'll have a $60,000 a year job. It's better than fucking nothing. And it's damn sure better than being fucking poor and stressing about clothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent answer, and thanks for the call, 718. He got dropped off a little earlier. Let me read a couple in the chat here because they're coming up with some good suggestions. Then we'll go to 613 and then 804, respectively. I'm seeing Ross, Marshalls, and Burlington Coat Factory. I would also recommend Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack is a great resource to get great clothes, dirt cheap. TJ Maxx is absolutely still around. I think we've got one here in Philly. But yeah, never ever pay full retail for designer clothes. Oh, dude, get it secondhand, dude. I used to shop at Goodwill when I was in Vegas. I used to get like $5 for a shirt. It's almost brand new. Yep, make any difference to me. I was still good to go.
Hey, it all ends up on the bedroom floor when you're fucking those broads anyway.
Exactly. The tag doesn't matter when it's on the floor, right? That's rock solid game advice there. 914-205-5356. Let's go to area code 613. You are on live with John and Don. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, no, okay. So I'm actually scared. The thing is with me, like, I'm 20 years old, and like, I'm in college currently, and like, what I'm confused about, I guess this is just me, I guess, like, it's just because like the thing is like, there's thousands of girls in college every day you see, but like, you don't really like talk to them. Like you might talk to them if you have like a class with them or two, but like the thing that I'm kind of like struggling and trying to know is that like, we all know like everybody has like a social life on the low, and like the thing is like, how do I like approach them and like hopefully like, you know, if I'm lucky enough, I get like a one night stand with them, and like we do some freaky shit on the low. But like I guess what I'm struggling with every day is just that like I feel like everyone is fake and tries to put on like this innocent act where it's like everyone's innocent, but like, you know, like deep down inside, everyone's a freak. Everybody does some freaky shit on the low. Sure. And like, and the thing is with me, like, I would even talk to like my friends, and we're like, you know, we're all like sharing information about things that happen to this person, that person, and we're like, see, this person is not who they perceive and say that they are, but like nobody's gonna really know that unless if one of my friends or me, we were to expose that. So I guess what I'm asking is that like, with like thousands and thousands of girls that you see every day in college, how do you like go up to like 5 or 10 of them and like you try to like, you know, like have a relationship with them, or like, because
wait, hold on, let me stop you right there. The first thing you have, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to put the relationship word out of your mind, right? And I know that that's not what you meant, but lose that from your vocabulary, because a mistake that a lot of men make, and I used to make this mistake myself. I'd see a pretty girl, I'd approach her, I'd get the digits, I'd fuck her that same night, and I'm thinking, man, she'd make a great girlfriend. This was early on in my player days. The first thing you're going to have to understand is that when you approach a woman, temper your expectations. All you want to do is start a conversation with her at that very moment. When the conversation escalates, your next objective is to get her phone number, right? You're not thinking about anything past that. After you get her phone number, the next objective is to get her to meet up with you, right? You're not thinking about fucking her yet. You can't fuck her if she doesn't meet up with you, right? You can't get her number if you don't talk to her. You can't talk to her if you don't approach. So you have to crawl before you can walk. I would also recommend, like, you have a lot, and see, myself, I have a lot of verbal tics that I've worked on over the course of this show. People are always getting on me about it. Oh, Donovan, you say right a lot. You say, here's the thing, blah, blah, blah. That's all fine. We all have them. But when you have verbal tics like the word like, you have to really work on sort of getting those out of your vernacular, out of your language. Because if 50% of the words you're saying to a girl are like, she's going to think this dude is just like me. And I didn't even want to use the word like. In terms of approaching women, you want to know how to approach women. Let me ask you a few questions here. And 804 and 724, we're coming to you guys here shortly, so be patient. We're going to get to you in a second. Give me some stats. What is your nationality? How tall are you? And how much do you weigh?
Okay, I'm 6'1" and I'm Caribbean. I'm Haitian.
Okay. Oh, okay. Excellent. How much do you weigh?
Yeah. 180.
Okay. All right. So you're a skinny guy. So so one thing I would recommend, get into the weight room. All right. Start eating calories in a surplus. I would recommend getting up to about 200 pounds. Okay. If you are 6'1", 200 pounds, you're going to put yourself in the driver's seat see, the thing is this, man, game is game. You have to have confidence. You have to have moxie. You've got to have the gift of gab. All of those things have to be present when you approach women. But if you don't control your controllables, if you don't, my Eagle shirt just got here. Awesome. If you don't, I just got the notification. I ordered it like 3 weeks ago on NFLshop.com. I was like, where the hell is my Eagle shirt?
You're such a fan. I love it.
I just got, anyway, what you want to do before you approach women is you need to tip the balance of the things that are under your control in your favor as much as possible. If you have a little bit of money, you need to dress as well as you can. If you're not in if you're in great shape, you need to get yourself into phenomenal shape, right? You don't have to be rich to approach girls. You don't even have to be dressed to the nines to approach girls. But if you have the opportunity to improve your physique, why not do that and even the odds, right? Like, listen, girls are going to respond to a 6 foot. Hold on, girls are going to respond to a 200 pound, 20-year-old Caribbean on campus more than they would 180 pound Caribbean, if you know what I mean. So that would be my advice. MLD, what do you got?
Listen, you got all the recipe items to make a fucking alpha male. First of all, money can't buy height. Okay. Second of all, you're 20 and you're listening to this type of material and your instincts are telling you that these bitches are full of shit. You're right. They are. There is 100%. Everybody, you're very perceptive for a young man, and you should be very proud of yourself for having the balls to call in instead of just being some fucking dork in the chat talking shit. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of balls to call in and put yourself out there.
We are brutal.
And but I would say is this: listen, you have the tools to build a high level man. And let me tell you something: with the amount of fucking bitch ass dudes out there, an all-time high, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few, my friend. And we call workers for a reason. You got to do the work. Okay, Donovan fucking wakes up 4 a.m. every day and goes to the goddamn gym. All right, it's 3 a.m. in Tokyo, and I'm doing this right now, and I got a show after that I'm gonna do. I'll be working till 6 a.m. But you know why? Because there is stuff to be done. You have to do the work if you want to be a high level man, and this shit is going to be beneficial to me in my personal business as well. So, in regards to your situation right now, if I were you, if you have the resources, I would get into body language mastery and find a way to commit and show up every single day, because the fastest way to learn is to find men who have already done it. Because especially in America, Americans are great at marketing, but the marketing is usually not as great as the final product. I mean, we've all been to McDonald's and we've seen that beautiful picture of that McDouble, and then we get it. We're like, what the fuck is this shit? Okay, that's what's out there with dating. There's so much bad dating advice out there.
Filters.
So much fucking purple pill. Put her first, do the dishes, and then she will love you garbage that it will lead you down a path of fucking financial ruin. And in these day and ages, if you get married in the wrong state, you happen to lose your job, you can't pay those child support payments, you're going to jail. You will go to jail.
California.
So it's going to happen. So I would say to you, young man, get into some form of mentorship with a man. Like, obviously you're watching Donovan's show. I don't know if you watch me, whatever, but you need to get under the wing of some man who will guide you down the path that you want to go to. The fact that you're tall, you know, and you're fat, you're fit, you're not fat. You know, it's easy. It's hard to lose fat. It's easy to put on muscle. Okay.
Right.
So, you've got all the potential. Okay. And remember what I'm saying this right now. You have all the potential to become a high value man. It is up to you to follow through with the plan to become the fucking man. That's all I got to say.
Very well said. One last piece of advice from Mike Medlock to fix that verbal tick. This is excellent, excellent advice. He says he needs to start reading more to naturally. Wait a minute, I lost it. He needs to start reading more to naturally enhance his vernacular. Too many likes. He says too many likes, young man. Yeah. If you want to get rid of your verbal tics, read out loud. Okay. This is actually something that I started to do recently to get rid of my verbal tics. Big thanks goes out to Nicholas Penn with the $10 super chat. Says thanks for the information today. Absolutely. Let's go back to the phone lines. We're going to take a couple more phone calls, then we're going to go to the third and final module. Again, 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Area code 804. Thanks for holding. You're on live with John and Don. Go ahead.
Donovan, John, how y'all doing today?
Good, man.
Good.
Awesome. So my question today is, I've been listening to your content for a while. I've been listening to you for about 3-4 months. Great stuff. I was listening to, so I've been wondering, like, I worked as a bouncer for a while, and I've noticed that sometimes that there are women out there that will actually reward beta male traits. So, excuse me. So to put it into perspective for you, one time I was in the bar, and there was this underage kid who was on the basketball team, and he put his hands on me. So I ended up throwing him into a trash can. You know, this isn't me bragging or anything. This is just me, you know, building the story. So I started noticing that this guy got up, he started crying and yelling and, you know, cry bullying and whatnot. So women got around him, started attacking me, and then looked at him and said, "Hey, why don't we bring you up to our room and make you feel better like that?" So I was just wondering, why, like, is that normal?
No. What happened to you was a one-off situation. Number one, you don't even know if they really did take him up to their room. Number two, you didn't know anything about the guy except for the fact that he was a crybaby and you threw him in a trash can. For all you know, listen, for all you know, he might have been a millionaire. Maybe these girls case the joint. Maybe they already know who he is. But women do not sexually reward beta male behavior. They do not. Sometimes they'll reward beta male behavior with the illusion of potential sexual benefits. Oh, you're like a brother to me, or oh, I just love talking to you, or oh, why can't I find a guy like you? But what you experienced was absolutely a one-off. That was 100% the outlier situation. Girls are never sexually aroused by a guy who just got his ass beat by someone bigger than him. That almost never happens.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you covered that, Don. That's good.
Yep. Okay. Very good. Let's take one more phone call here before we go back to the modules. Area code 724. You're on live with John and Don. Go ahead.
Yeah, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I just had a really strange question, actually. I mean, I guess I'm doing all right for myself. I mean, I already started a tech business, and I'm doing well with contracts. Working with a client currently right now. As you can see, I'm multitasking, basically. But my question was this. Now, generally given with the backlash of the whole Me Too thing and just naturally how feminism had indoctrinated the masses, and it's just all really kind of confusing. I mean,
what's your question?
My question, Well, my question is this: like, as far as the whole body language goes, like, if you're, in your honest opinion, like, if the body language, like, if everything is like going well, like, do you have to, like, as long as you pay attention to the body language, will you still have to kind of keep it consistently going, or can you just like relax for a bit?
No, because when you say keep it consistently going, you're talking about the sexual escalation and the seduction, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sexual escalation and the seduction, that creates the body language, right? A girl is not going to give you subtle signs that she is sexually interested unless you give her reason to. And giving her reason to is that sexual escalation. Okay. What this course is designed to do, this course is next level game. Not that you can't benefit from this if you are new to game. But what you have to understand is that just because you can read a woman's body language doesn't mean anything if you can't put yourself in position to take advantage of the body language. Because being able to read a woman's body language is one thing. Being able to do something about it is quite another. Okay, so you see that she has brushed her hair behind her back. Okay, so you see that she is exposing her neck to you. Okay, so you fed her a strawberry and she was receptive to you seductively feeding the strawberry. Now what, right? The cues are there. Yeah. You can't just relax and say, okay, well, she's obviously turned on by me, so all I got to do now is put it in cruise control and I got this. No. The body language, the nonverbal cues, the body language signals that a woman gives you, those are the signs for you to keep going, right? And if you're paying attention, you'll figure out what works and what doesn't. Okay, so she's not into the feeding the strawberries thing. All right, nope, that's perfectly fine. Then you pick up her drink and have a drink, and all of a sudden now she's starting to cozy up to you. Okay, that works. Let's continue that. So I think that learning to read a woman's body language is not a replacement for learning game and sexual escalation. Learning to read a woman's body language is sort of the icing on the cake. There are a lot of guys who are very good at the initial attraction and seduction, but then sometimes they miss out. They're like, dude, like, what happened? Everything was going well, and then all of a sudden she just went cold on me. Well, she was giving him the signs to keep going, but because he thought it was in the bag and wasn't reading her body language, wasn't reading between the lines, he ended up putting in cruise control, and she's like, all right, well, I guess he's not interested. If he's not interested, then neither am I. MLD, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not going to whip out the Bible again, even though I got a quote from Genesis, but basically, listen, the work is never done. The work is done when it comes to gaming a woman, either when you get rid of her or you fucking die. Those are the only two options you have. There is no such thing as, oh, I did X, Y, and Z. Now she will stay with me for eternity. If you want that, you need to move to Saudi Arabia. You need to convert to Islam and then get married to a woman out there, because that's the only way it's going to fucking happen. Yeah. Other than that, you infinitesimally must do the work. It is an everlasting, ongoing process that never, ever finishes. And then real quick, I just want to say congratulations to Edward out in California, who just signed up with Donovan's link as well. Welcome to the club, sir. Be sure to join the webinars, Edward. Please do not forget. I will go to your website and send you abusive emails. I already found out who you are. So I'm just joking. But Edward, do yourself a favor and join the webinars. As for caller on the air, my friend, the work never ends, sir. Being a man is a full-time job. And let me tell you something. Everybody is fucking hiring, okay? Now is the greatest time to be a top-tier man, because we are the rarest thing on the earth, especially in the United States of America. When men have disparaged themselves and sunken down to the level that they will pay $2,000 for an inanimate sex doll, and they would rather carry that around and have sex with that, take out the vagina compartment and clean out all of their sperm and buy new eyeballs and dress her up in cosplay. Okay. That's your fucking competition. And if you can get it under your fucking skin to have the balls, the dignity, and the dedication and the discipline to do the work, you will live the life kings used to live back in the day. 2019, it has never been a better time to be an alpha male than right now. An alpha male with red pill knowledge. You sound kind of like a blue pill alpha, thinking that, oh, well, I did this and this, and now we got married, so it'll be happily ever after, right? She's not going to leave me because the Disney story didn't go like that, or the commercial didn't go like that. This doesn't work. Being a man, you always got to do the work. You got to show up and hit the gym. You got to make that money. It's part of being a man. If you don't like it, go cry in a corner, suck on your mama's titty. I don't know what to tell you, because this is man shit. This is fucking man shit, and you got to take it on the chin.
Okay, very, very well said. Area code 234 and 754. I see you in the queue. Be patient with us. We're going to watch one more module, and then we'll take more of your questions on the air as well as in chat. Now, area codes 234 and 754, you're going to hear in about 30 seconds the little voice say 90 seconds. Stay in the queue, even after she says 60 seconds and 30 seconds. What she says what she means when she says 90 seconds is that you have 90 seconds to get in the queue. If you are in the queue by the time runs out, you're not going to be cut off. You'll be able to stay in the queue. But you now have 1 minute and 51 seconds to get in the queue to get your questions answered on the show. For now, let us bring up another module. We're gonna watch the third and last module here from MLD's Body Language Mastery course. Here we go. Ooh, sexual projection. Here we go. This is my favorite.
90 seconds.
Don't trip.
This portion of this entire course is really my pride and joy, because I've never seen somebody else talk about this in my entire life. What do you think is happening here? Take a look at all of these gestures, and we're going to break them all down right now. Get ready. This is one of the most interesting parts of the course.
60 seconds.
So this is probably a familiar sight for most of you guys. You're on a date, you see what she's doing, and you may think she's bored, but let's look again closer here. She is looking as if she's bored here with this wine glass, and maybe you think she might not be into you. And they do this with a variety of glasses. Here is a Collins glass, and you can see the same kind of gesture here. It looks like boredom. But actually, if you look closer and you read deeply into what she is projecting, this is probably one of the biggest green lights you can get on a date. What this is called is a phallic gesture. Phallic comes from the Greek word phallus, which means
10 seconds.
What this is actually symbolizing is her sexual attraction in you. The long cylinder-shaped object that she fondles is actually a subconscious indicator of sexual desire for the man that she's with. This doesn't necessarily need to be a glass. It can be a pencil, a straw, a cigar, a cigarette, but know that if she is fondling a cylinder-like object and keeping eye contact with you, she is interested sexually in you. One thing that I noticed too is this gesture right here. Girls like to do it with the outside sleeve of a Starbucks coffee cup. They will slide the sleeve down and up and down and up on the Starbucks cup. This is also a phallic gesture. The sleeve is the brown little piece of cardboard that they put on the outside of a Starbucks cup so the person holding the coffee doesn't burn their hands. I have seen hundreds of girls doing this as they're on dates with me and other people. If you don't believe me, go to Starbucks, and when she has the little brown ring around her Starbucks cup, 100%, if she's interested, she'll start sliding it down and sliding it up and sliding it down and sliding it up. That is a phallic gesture that indicates sexual attraction. Another phallic gesture that is very, very, very telling is that if a woman is drinking a drink with a straw and a lid on the drink, if she starts shoving the straw in and out through the lid, in and out, kind of like a penis into a vagina, this is a phallic gesture, and 100% she is thinking about sex at that moment, either consciously or subconsciously. But if she is putting the straw in and out of the lid, or if she's doing it with her mouth and she's kind of sucking on the straw in and out, this is her signaling to you that she has some sexual feelings going on, and it is a good indicator of interest and sexual projection.
I like the turntables in the back.
Finally, this gesture right here is a sexual projection, and this is her running her fingers around the rim of her drink. You'll usually catch them doing this mid-conversation, or if they feel deeply entranced by you. Sometimes this represents a visualization of them wanting to touch the head of your penis. Sometimes this is a visualization of them wanting you to touch them. But if you see a woman doing this on a date with a glass, you can be assured that there is some form of sexual imagery going through her mind on a conscious or subconscious level.
I'd be stroking like Clarence Carter. Of course, I'm dating myself there. Okay, so MLD, the phallic gestures. And again, area codes 234 and 754. I'm going to come to you right after we get MLD's sort of rundown on this. Shout out to Spencer McKenneth Williams with the $2 super chat. He called in earlier. Appreciate you super chatting and calling in. So give us sort of a Reader's Digest rundown on phallic gestures, because I think this is something that a lot of guys are grossly unaware of.
They really are. I noticed this because everybody who follows my channel knows that I do my signature is the 1 hour Starbucks date. You get 1 hour, you get on a date with me. I could buy you a Starbucks, but you're not allowed to get a venti, not on the first date. And then I would notice them. I would notice them, when they get the drinks like this, and they have that protective piece of cardboard around it. I would notice a pattern with the girls I had sex with versus the ones I didn't. The ones that were interested, they would slide it down and they would slide it up. And it was a combination with other parts of their body language, which I'm not going to reveal. They are behind the paywall for the course. Click on Donovan's link to get in. Somebody just got in right now. Another person just signed up. So, I noticed that with the hot drinks, and then the cold drinks, if you get yourself, I'm a caramel macchiato kind of guy. So if you get the iced one, they give you the lid with the green straw. And I noticed them going like that. Or also I noticed them, they would dip it in, they would pull the whipped cream out, and they would, just kind of be just hanging out or whatever, just talking with me. But then they would look me in the eye and lick it. Or sometimes they would, do the kind of the penetration move as well. Right. And I noticed the girls that I did have sex with were doing that. And I noticed the girls that I was not having sex with were giving me none of this. So then I started looking into, obviously I have my bachelor's in science in psychology, and I've been studying body language now for 6 years. So I noticed that there was a pattern occurring here. And it was very hard for me to find this information on the internet. And I've kind of come to this conclusion on my own. And to this day, no man has come out with a body language course quite like mine. And that's why guys who join the course, time and time again, they'll hit me up like, dude, she was doing the fucking straw thing, and then I fucked her 30 minutes later. And this is not like just American guys. This is Canadian guys. This is guys in Japan. This is guys in Korea. These are guys in India. These are guys in the UK. This is a global language that is probably the least understood piece of human data. And honestly, like I said, it's like right here. You read the code in the matrix. You see the signals. You know when the iron is hot, and more importantly, to strike and move quick and get that have a good old time. Have a good old time. And what's crazy is a lot of these women aren't like men. They aren't confident. A woman is not going to be like, listen, take me back to your house and fuck me. They're not going to tell you outright with their words, but will scream it with their body language.
And the reason they do this, it does have to do with the fact that they're, and I don't want to use the word they're not confident. In sexual seduction, men, we have the active role and women have the passive role. This is why we fuck, women get fucked. This is why we have cocks, women have vaginas. This is why we fuck them, they don't fuck us. But another reason why they don't tell you, hey, let's go back to my place so you can bang my brains out, these are slut shields, okay? This is why girls signal with body language. She can't tell you, I am aroused by you and I want to bang. No, that makes her look like a slut. And you're like, wait, what? Okay, let's go now. No, women have to give you those subtle clues to A, stay away from looking like or possibly being called a slut, and B, to figure out if you have experience with women. Women do this subconsciously, but consciously they know if this guy doesn't pick up on this on these signs, then how much does he really know about women? And if we know anything about women, women don't want to be with men that other women don't want to be with. And if you are giving off signs of ineptitude and reading a woman's body language, this says to her that you might not be as experienced as you appear to be, which of course is a turnoff. Let's go to the phone lines. Area code 234 and 754 have been waiting patiently. Area code 234, thank you for holding. You're on live with John and Don. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. My name is John K.K. Jones. It's really nice to meet you guys over the phone. I mean, thanks for all the stuff that you do to help out guys like me that struggle with women. And I've been watching your stuff for some time now. My friend put you on. Put me on to you. And I guess the reason why I was calling was because I got a lot going for me as a dude. Like, I'm really handsome and I'm like 6 foot. I'm like 206 pounds. I get up at like 5 in the morning and work out a lot. It's just like I even do MMA fighting. I'm not really like wimpy when it comes to men at all. It's just, this is kind of embarrassing for me to talk about, but I genuinely need the help.
Let's do it.
My problem is that, like, when I was a kid, I had a lot of like I took, this is the dumbest shit I've ever done, but like I didn't have any male role models. Okay. I didn't really have men in my life that really taught me like important lessons about how to deal with women in a way that sits you at the seat of power in the relationship. Okay. So I got into a lot of situations where these women, like, I took advice from my mom, long story short. And I got in situations where I didn't know what I was doing. And basically like I got in situations where women put me in a position like I was some type of a predator or something like that. And because of that, I kind of have like a lot of anxiety around certain situations involving women that like make it really difficult for me to take a more active role in situations like that, because I don't know, I don't want to say I'm like, but the trauma gets to me, you know, it's like, it makes me nervous. Like, it's even hard for me to talk about it right now. So it's just that, like what I got going for me right now is that I got a good job and all this stuff like that. But I do watch your videos, and I'm embarrassed about the fact that I do live with my mother, and I know what you have to say about that. I just feel like it's smarter to stack up money so I can get my own place. I'm only like 24, you know, like I don't have like a whole, I just got out of college and I'm trying to get my money together.
Sure.
But like, sorry. But beyond that, I just want to know, like I've only slept with like 2 women in my entire life, guys. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing. Like I've been digesting red pill content for a long time now. It just hasn't really sunk in. Like, I still have like, guys like me are always going to lose with women. Like, I know that. Like, if you have a sort of a like overly sensitive or like a beta male mentality towards dealing with them, like, they're always not going to give you what you want.
Sure.
And like I've kind of like accepted that. But I don't want to be that guy like my whole life. Like, I want to change, and I do need the help. So I guess what I'm asking is, in spite of my situation, like what can I really do to not I guess be complete as a man, to not just be like I don't know, masculine around men and then cowardly around women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the best answer that I can give you is here's the good news. You're still very young. Dude, you're only 24 years old, man. You are extremely fortunate to have found the red pill at such a young age. That's the first thing. Dude, there was a guy who became a patron of mine. He's a part of my text patron. This guy is 82 years old. He's been married to his wife for 58 years. He hasn't had sex with her since they were in their 50s. And this guy is asking me, well, how can I reframe? How can I get the frame back? Bruh, there is no more frame. You've been married for 58 years. Like, she defrauded you, right? They don't have any kids. She doesn't want to have sex with him. She just married him as a meal ticket. He is just now figuring out that the wool has been pulled over his eyes. You are almost, I mean, you're literally 1/3 of his age. So consider yourself fortunate. Number two, never ever accept that guys like quote unquote you are always going to lose. Okay. Guys like you always do lose, but guess what? The solution is to not be the guy like you. That's how that goes. You understand what I'm saying? So you're still very young. You have a lot of time left. As far as living with your mother is concerned, I'm not gonna fault you. If you just got out of college, you're trying to get your money right. I understand that. Just understand that as long as you live with your mother, your dating prospects are going to be extremely limited. And it doesn't, listen, we understand because we're men. Girls don't give a shit about what your circumstances are, right? If you're rich, and she find if you listen, if you're rich, if you're worth $100 million, she doesn't care if you're a professional athlete, a drug dealer, a professional hustler, a scammer on Wall Street, or a CEO or a Wall Street CEO tycoon, something like that. She doesn't care how you got there. She just cares that you're there. So listen, you have perfectly valid reasons for living with your mother. That's fine, but you ain't trying to fuck us. You're trying to fuck girls, and girls don't give a damn what your circumstances are. So while I'm not going to get on you for living with your mother, but what I will tell you is that if you want to increase your prospects with the opposite sex, going to have to move out of mom's house at some point. John, what's your advice?
When you live with a single mother, whether you like it or not, they pussify you.
Real quick, hang on a second. Is your mother a single mother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, John. Yeah, my bad.
Parents got divorced when I was 8, and my dad ain't shit for real. Like he's a total man of meal, like completely. He's given up on ambition and circumstance. Him.
All right, John, what you got for him?
I could tell because I was raised by a single mom myself. I know my kind.
John.
Yeah, I got voice language skills too. Mate, when you live with your mom, it's kind of, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Oedipus complex, but moms, when you live with when you live with your mom, okay, it's kind of now this is going to sound sick, but it's true, and I'm sorry to break it to you. Some mothers will use you to an extent as a pseudo husband. And I'm not saying like, you're sleeping with your mom or anything like that. Okay. But I'm saying that another thing is, imagine a redwood tree. Okay. You know what a redwood tree is? Right there. I'll just tell you, a redwood tree is a tree that grows to be 100 feet tall. Imagine if I try to grow a redwood tree in this cup right here. Okay. It will not happen. In order for you as a man to get to your redwood potential, you need to get out of your mother's house. Now, this is going to sound like a blatant sales pitch, but I'm just going to give it to you straight. You need to get under some male mentorship. And at this point in time right now, you should join Body Language Mastery because you have guys like me and you have guys like Donovan. And I have tons of guys who prefer to stay in the shadows because, guys, don't forget, the pimps of the pimps and the biggest players are the ones that move in the dark. Okay. Right. They are not out here writing blogs and all this. And I know it's very counterintuitive for me to say that for myself and Donovan.
Listen, real quick, but that's a good point. We're online and we talk about this stuff. We make money doing this. The guys who are slaying it even more than we are, you've never heard of these guys before. Like we're the tip of the iceberg. There are guys out here that have slept with thousands of women, right? Thousands of women. You'll never hear from these guys. You'll never hear from these guys.
Never at all. So you need to click on the link in Donovan's chat. You talking about you got the money, you got everything. Get your ass into Body Language Mastery. Watch the course. Talking about the tip of the iceberg, that course is one fraction of the value you will get. We have a masculine empowerment network, and we're going to get you in there with other men. And I'm not talking like the badass, the guy who works in fucking IT support. I'm talking there are Navy SEALs in my course, in my core group of men. Okay, there are Army Reserve people. There are police officers. I've got this guy, I call him the Texas Chad. This guy makes $250,000 every year. He's 40. He's in his 40s. He's on TRT. He got a vasectomy. He said he's never having kids. He says, I'm just going to fuck these hoes until I die. And this guy is alpha as fuck. When I have a consultation with him, like I have to like combat with him to like, get my point across because he's just so naturally dominant. It's just flowing through his veins. You are what we call a blue pill alpha to an extent. You have, you did what society told you. Like, I don't get it. I'm 6 foot tall. I'm in good shape. I'm a fucking badass. Why aren't the women coming? What's going on? I was sold a lie, and you were. There's a big difference between having your shit together, which you should be very proud of yourself at 24 years old for having your shit together. But know that if you're missing out on the sex part, I'm telling you, you're missing out on the greatest part, in my opinion, because I've never had 6-pack abs, but I have slept with 6+ different women in the course of 3 days. Okay? You need game. You are crucially missing game. And this is a textbook example for all you guys, the 400, 500 people watching right now. You can have the looks, you can have the money, you can have the status, but if you don't have the game, it ain't going to be worth it, and you're definitely not maxing out your potential. Click on that link right now. Go through Donovan's link. Sign up. Get your ass into body language mastery. Watch that entire course until your fucking eyes bleed for the entire week. October 8th, get ready. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours. The first webinar launches. The second webinar happens that same night. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 10 p.m. And guess what happens for the next 20 days after that? The same fucking thing. We're going to put you on the red pill rocket, and we're going to fucking get your ass sorted out in 3 weeks. Then you're going to go out into the real world. You're going to report in via the Facebook group and let the men know what your status is, what's going on with you. Are you evolving? Where are your problems? Because as you get better, your problems will get better. As you become a more high-level player, you'll get more high-level player problems. And then you're going to come back in quarter 4, 100% for free, and get into the webinars in January, because men like you are the future. And you need to get this part sorted out, because there's something deep inside of you telling you, fuck, there's something I'm missing. That's why you're on the internet looking for answers. That's why you're watching Donovan, and that's why you're watching me.
Very good. Good answer. Good answer to that question. Somebody just said in the chat, Michael Brown says, living with your mom will unman you. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, like I said, I understand why he lives with his mom. It's a perfectly valid reason. But again, girls don't give a shit about reasons. Big thanks goes to Full Contact Fitness MMA with the $5 super chat. He says, you guys are Jedi Knights. Love the show. Hashtag red pill for life. Let's go to our last caller of the day. Area code 754. You are on live with John and Don. Go ahead.
Yo, what's good, John? What's good, Don? It's Charles the Trucker out here.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's good, man? There's only 2 things. Like, I went through the course last quarter. Now, 2 things. If you're not getting the course, either you're a pussy or you don't have the money. If you don't have the money, that's a bigger problem right there. You got to solve that shit. You got to get under the tutelage of these guys. Second, if you get in the course and you don't show up to the webinars, you're losing out. Don't play yourself, guys. Right. There were so many guys on the first webinar last quarter, and they were like, oh, yeah, chat and all this shit. Didn't show up for the rest of the thing. Lost out on mad value. Don't play yourself in these streets. And I fucked a decent amount of bitches, but it still helps me. It's raised my numbers. I don't even have time. I'm a fucking trucker. I stop in cities for like 10 hours maybe. Hop on Tinder, make it happen in Starbucks.
There you go.
You got to do it. Don't play yourself.
And he fucks them in his truck, dude. He fucks them in the bed in his semi-truck. I know exactly who this is.
Yes, I love it. Take those bitches back to the cabin.
Y'all have a good day.
All right, man. Charles the Trucker checking in from the road. I know, probably either on 85 or 95. You never really know. Yeah, listen, good call. And I think, to me, John, I think the body language course is extremely valuable in and of itself. Like, there's no question about that. But the webinars, the supplemental, the supplemental knowledge that comes with those webinars, that's what separates the guys who buy the course and just kind of let it collect dust, and the guys who buy the course and actually go out and do things. How important, as we round third and head for home here, how important is it that guys tune in for the webinars after buying the course?
It is absolutely imperative only because I actually give a fuck about changing men's lives. Okay. I could put this son of a bitch on ClickFunnels and just shill the fuck out of this course and do A-okay. All right. This course has been open. I won't go into the financial details just for tax purposes, but I've done very well with the course. Let's just put it that way. Okay. The course has only been open for 11 days and it's done very well for myself. Let's put it that. You need masculine mentorship. Who will be joining us? Myself every single day. Donovan Sharpe will be coming in there. Rollo Tomasi will be in there. Rich Cooper will be in there. Mainstream media, MMA fighter John Fitch will be in there.
Wow.
Okay? The former UFC veteran who fought George St. Pierre for the 170-pound title. Okay? John Fitch will be in there. Okay, David X will be in there. Ed Lattimore will be in there. Ryan Stone will be in there. Okay, you're getting 3 weeks. Troy Francis has joined the lot as well as, I have tons and tons of people coming in. High quality red pill coaching for the guys that are serious about doing this. These webinars are so jam packed, full of value. You also get access to the Q2 webinars. I had my guy, Roberto, he edited everything for me. He sorted them, all sorted out, ready to go. The Q3 webinars will also be recorded. Okay. And if you don't want to record yourself, you can simply turn off your camera via the program we use. We use Zoom. And then you'll also get access to the Q4 webinars. Okay. Guys, if you think you're going to book one consultation and change your entire dating life based upon a 1 hour conversation, you've got another thing coming. Because let me tell you something. If I could repair people in 1 hour, I'd be charging $10,000 an hour, and I'd probably be dead from drug overdose in the Caribbean on a yacht somewhere.
Hey, bro, listen, don't get me started, man.
So get in there. I'm telling you, this is the opportunity right now. I love it. The course has been only available for 4 hours, and I've already got 55 people signed up and ready to go. I've capped it at 200. I still got to go on many other shows. People are still in work. They haven't had an opportunity to check their emails. They said they're going to do it when they get home. People have paid me in advance as well. I mean, people are kicking down the doors to get into this course. And I'm actually adding bonus material. I know I've been saying it since fucking Q1, but I'm adding more modules to the legs section because the legs give away a lot, and how to also properly and dominantly lead when you are walking with a woman, and the red flags to notice when a woman is walking with you. These are other things that guys don't understand. There's a way to look at a woman's walking and how she's walking with you and know that she's immediately ready to have sex with you.
There you go.
You guys in the audience, you don't know it. I tell you, because I'm a fucking expert. 99% of people on this planet do not know it. And I guarantee you don't know it either. That being said, use Donovan's link in the chat right now. Click on his link, get into the course, stop wasting time. You are not getting any fucking younger. You are the youngest and most energetic you will ever be in your life right now.
That's right.
Do what you have to do and take the opportunity that we have presented to you, because October 1st, 11:59 p.m., it's cut. And guess what? Q4, if you guys want to come around Q4, the price will go up to $597. I've been doing this course since Q1, and it was $297. Q2 is $397. Now we're in Q3, it's $497. Come forward, Q4, it's $597. 2020, this program's done. I'm scratching this program. So I'm trying to find men who are serious. I don't want any losers. I don't want any crybabies. I don't want any woe is me dudes. I want men to show up who are ready to make a change in their life, who are sick and tired of the bullshit of going on dead-end dates, women flaking on them, and they're just constantly just clueless about what's going on. If that's you and you can hear the sound of my voice, click the link in the chat right now, sign up, Don't fucking procrastinate, because guess what? $500, you're gonna blow that on fucking failed dates. If you suck with women now, you will blow that money. Make that fucking investment and get to the point where women are paying you money, when women are buying you stuff, when women are fighting each other to stay for you. Okay, that is what I offer with this course, and that is what I've got to say right there, Donovan.
I can't really say it any better than that, guys. MLD in the house. You guys know who he is. You guys know what he's about. Body language mastery. Go to the link in the chat. I've also put the link in the description. This is life-changing information, guys. I cannot tell you. I can't stress this enough. Again, you can have all the game you want. You can look as good as you want, et cetera, et cetera. If you cannot read the signs, if you are unable to capitalize on the nonverbal cues that she is giving you, you are going to fail. Just because a girl wants to fuck you doesn't mean you're going to fuck her, right? She's not going to say, I want to fuck you. She's not going to say it. She's going to show it. And if you can't detect that when she shows it, you are going to fail. This is why you absolutely, positively need this course. Guys, this has been an unbelievable episode. MLD, thank you very much for coming on. This was, every time I come on with you, I always learn a thing or three. So thank you for your knowledge. I look forward to joining those webinars with you here in the not too distant future. That is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. I will see you guys next time.